Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV. Give us a sec, just going to put a new microphone in. Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV. You might have heard that before. We hit Manchester City news update, mainly starting off with the transfer bits and pieces. Some stories probably a bit crazier than others, but I'm just going to report what's been out there in the media. And some other bits and pieces too. We'll make a little bit about Gabby J and his diet. Koulibaly. Hi Sean, what's happening with Koulibaly? Is there any update there? Husam Uwa or Awa. Hi Cobby. Yeah, I know you are. It's the same Cobby that you had with Leroy Sane, isn't it? You got bored of that saga. So who else is on the agenda tonight? Hi Massimo and Beyond 100. Nice, please get those in. So yeah, we've got what else we got tonight? Obviously the Premier League fixtures are announced tomorrow. What else? Messi, what's he said or hasn't said? Zack Steffen. Harry Winks. Harry Winks. Well, we'll see about Harry Winks. And other bits and pieces. Bits and pieces. Let's give some hellos. Probably won't stay on too long, I know. And one of the reasons to come on early was because I'm sure you guys, some of you would like to watch the Champions League semi-final. Upamecano says Massimo, and Upamecano says Cobby. You guys want Deo Upamecano? Okay, let's get through this news quite quickly, guys. Okay, we're going to start with what we're going to start with. Gabby J. I'll get to the transfer stuff in a minute. Gabby J. He's revealed he's made a number of changes to his diet prior to moving to England. That was a long time ago. But anyway, he said, I had a change. I used to eat a lot of junk food like pizza, hamburgers. Do you see it? Lots of salad, pasta, fruit, vegetables. I never thought my fridge would be like this. Before it was just chocolate, cake, pudding. I miss my puddings, man. I've got to be honest, that isn't the diet of a top-class player. But anyway, that's just a little bit of guff before we move on to Lionel Messi. He said now, he's not said anything. Gazzetta dello Sport have reported the Argentine is yet to decide whether he wants to leave Barcelona amid links to City, PSG and Inter Milan. Barca obviously want him to stay. To be honest, guys, I don't think if he's made a decision, he's going to be calling up Gazzetta dello Sport to fill them in. Zack Steffen, Manchester Evening News have announced an exclusive, apparently. It's an exclusive that Zack Steffen will be understudy to Ederson in the Man City squad next season. Obviously, the USA international keeper, he was on loan at Fortuna Dusseldorf. He will replace Claudio Bravo, who left the club basically yesterday. Contract expired after 4 years. And as the Manchester Evening News is saying, there has been speculation on someone that City would turn to 25-year-old Steffen, who has had an impressive debut season in the Bundesliga despite Dusseldorf's relegation. You might as well throw in that the poor kid got 2 injuries. Yeah, Dusseldorf got relegated, fair enough. But if the kid's missed half the season because of injury, I think that's a little bit harsh not to mention it. Anyway, they go on to say some basic, boring facts. City signed Steffen from Columbus Crew last summer for $5.2 million, which was an MLS record for a goalkeeper. The funny thing is, this speculation which has been going on all summer, some of us, they talk about exclusives. Some of us that speculation started last summer. As soon as we got Zack Steffen, that's what I said. I said, with Bravo's got 1 year left on his contract, Zack Steffen will be the second choice keeper. That's the reason we've got him. In my opinion, he's out on loan to a decent league, the Bundesliga, and he's going to play there. And he's played pretty well. But I think if I remember correctly, he had 2 injuries. So I think it's a little bit harsh to talk about Dusseldorf's relegation without mentioning that. But sadly, your papers and got to do their online stuff. They've got to put so much stuff like pump, so much stuff like that. You know, they get stories, they make stories out of now. So anyway, I was telling you that Zack Steffen would be second choice keeper. I was telling you last summer, and months and months and months ago, I was telling you that City wanted at least a couple of months, at least June or July. I was telling you that City wanted to keep Scott Carson as third choice keeper. And lo and behold, since the last few days, people were saying Scott Carson's gone. That's what your aggregator sites and stuff on Twitter. But I stuck to my guns and said I think City will get Scott Carson back. Now the reports out that City want to extend his loan for one more season. He's got 1 year left on his contract with Derby, and it doesn't look like they're going to stand in his way. So it looks like Zack Steffen will be number 2, and your man Scott Carson will stay as third choice keeper. All it matters is reading what people are saying, sometimes reading between the lines, and just using your intuition. My intuition said Zack Steffen is going to be second choice keeper this season. That was over a year ago. My intuition and reading it 2 months ago said that Scott Carson did want to keep him for another season. Harry Winks. Now, we've been here before. We talked about Harry Winks last week, and it was like, well, there's no chance of that happening, even though Spurs have got this Holderberg from Southampton. You know, is he going to take Harry Winks' space? Anyway, former City midfielder Michael Brown believes City should make a move for Tottenham midfielder Harry Winks this summer. He told Football Insider it could help him improve as a player, the way Manchester City play. He's a great link player and he's really talented. In possession, we've seen how he protects the back four, how he can move the ball around. I think he'd be great. He'd be a great addition for Manchester City. We don't know what the price will be. He's a talented footballer, and I think Spurs won't want to let him go, and 2, he would be an excellent addition, something slightly different to Manchester City. Can't really see that happening unless City come in with big money. Wow. It's very interesting to see what people say about Messi, what Guillaume Balaguer said and other people have said. But was it Graham Hunter, Spanish football expert Graham Hunter, believes City could be in with a chance of signing Messi, but only if Pep Guardiola leaves the club. You can go and see that story if you really want to in the Manchester Evening News. City to increase Kalidou Koulibaly bid. That's there as well. That was Il Mattino reporting. Says City are prepared to raise the offer, which reportedly started at 70 million euros, 63 million quid. Where's the truth? I heard stories today that City have almost done the deal at 62 million quid. Yeah, we just have to wait and see. It's claimed that United wanted him as well. But as I said earlier, yesterday, that Napoli want to get this deal done and dusted quickly. I mean, Napoli are in a difficult situation because they don't want to lose out on Gabriel, the defender who would be his replacement, the guy from Lille. They don't want to lose out on him to Arsenal. And so on one hand, they want to hold out with City to get as much money as possible. But they also know they need to do the Koulibaly deal so they can buy Gabriel. So they're going to have to, at some point, I'm back. I'm back, guys. My apologies. I am back. It is, I'm going to try and reboot that. I am back, guys. I tell you what, guys, I might be not renewing my contract with StreamYard. I lost it. Evening, Chris. Evening, Blackpool Blu-ray. Hi, Carl Suet. Chris is not convinced by Jack Grealish. Hi, GSGA. I'm back. Salam to you, Kareem Boss. Hi, Harry Mills. I am back. I'm a bit annoyed. I froze for, by the looks of things, a minute or two. But as I said, I might not be renewing with StreamYard. I shouldn't be freezing like that and then having to reboot. Yeah, I was just going to talk about Grealish. That was David Ornstein. He, the BBC reporter, does stuff. Does he still? I think he still does stuff for the BBC. And I think with Ornstein, and we all know that Ornstein and we all know that Ornstein and Arsenal. Ornstein talking about Arsenal is it is. Thanks, Chris. I've got a premium contract with them for a year, so I've still got probably. I started it in March, I think. March. It's let me down. Even my lad says I shouldn't be using StreamYard. He said use Streamlabs or use this or use that. I think next year I will look for something else, if not sooner. I might as well. I hire Amila Prince, even though it cost me about, I can't remember now, over 200 quid for the year. I think it's just not good enough to when it crashes like that for no reason. Anyway, Koulibaly news. I've been through that. If you want to watch Koulibaly news, if you want to see that, it's earlier in the show. Yeah, Ornstein's talking about Jack Grealish. He said, because everybody's talking about Man United wanted to buy Jack Grealish, and he said Man City higher. There's more chance of him joining Man City than joining Man United, which is, it's a funny old thing to say. Now I'm reading that this is all report that City have agreed personal terms with Koulibaly. I'm just looking at other news that's coming through. I talked about a Brazilian kid yesterday. I talked about Rose Lavelle. A lot of stuff about Rose Lavelle in the news. A lot of interviews. So that's interesting. Ornstein, let me see if I can find. Ornstein said Man City are showing more interest in Grealish than Man United. That's an interesting one. Yeah, Chris, well, it's 200 quid in the bin. Bobby, as other people are saying, grow up, Bobby. I'd rather chop yours off, Bobby, and put them around your neck. So, yeah, Grealish, I don't see it myself. It's one of those kind of unknowns. He's, 26 years old? Would he be better in a better team? It's always one of those things. Sometimes you can get a great player who plays with better players and is even better, or a good player who plays with better players and even better, or a great player who goes to a better team and he isn't so good. Look at Riyad Mahrez. He went from a champion. A team that won the Premier League a couple of seasons before in Leicester to Man City. He's not the same player. So it can happen. And you can get what looks like an ordinary player, move him into a different team, and he can be fantastic. Hi, says Carissa. Hi, Carissa. And Carissa is passing on her greetings to everyone. Hi, LCFC Boyer. Villa should build around him. Absolutely, Chris. That's my opinion. Unless the money's too good to turn down and they need it and they're desperate for it. And if there's 80 million, then I can see them selling. 40 million? No chance. Danny 2ME, how you doing, buddy? Grealish will suit the rags because he's more concerned about how he looks than his hairstyle will fit in there. Look, you just don't know. If someone comes, will Pep get them, sort them out? And will Grealish's attitude be right? I don't know. He could turn up and he could be an absolute brilliant player for City. He could be, or he could easily be a problem child. He could have an attitude problem. We just don't know. Same with Messi. Messi could come to City, rip up the Premier League next season, scoring 35 Premier League goals. Honestly, he could easily do that. If Messi was taking penalties, I wouldn't put it past him. If he played 35 games, he'd score 40 goals. You know, Messi's a goal a game man. But he could equally stink the place out. He could equally just be on the rebound from Barcelona after spending 20 years in Barcelona. It could be crazy. Blackpool thought Grealish was great at the start of the season. I'm calling him now. Hi, Maxim Belozerov. Yeah, Blackpool Blueberry. I thought he's had some good moments. He's made some mistakes early in the season. I remember him getting robbed just outside the box or something when he should have cleared the ball. I think they ended up losing the game. That's probably to United. But he can learn. That's the thing. You know, as long as he learns and moves forward, I don't have a problem with that. Is he good enough for City? Let's be honest, guys. We don't know. We're not good enough to know that sort of thing. If truth be told, we can only give our opinion. But you know, none of us are. Let's be honest. None of us are qualified UEFA A coaches or whatever. None of us have managed in the top leagues and stuff like that. Probably at a very high level. So it's a different world, guys. It's a really different world. Gerard, hi. If Pep gets Koulibaly, would be great. New signing, new Premier League fixtures released tomorrow at 9 a.m. Yeah, getting ready for that for tomorrow. I might just be doing a live stream tomorrow, guys. I might just be doing that. I can't wait to see who we get, says Chris. Grealish is the Grealish is the top dog at Villa, but any top 6 club would be a bit part player. You just don't know LCFC, honestly. That's the thing. You know, if he can, with the better players around him, he could replicate that. And, you know, it's very hard to know what he could be. Or he could be a fish out of water and struggle. Hi, Bobby. Do you think Pep will sign a new contract? Personally, Ian Cheeseman said he signed a contract for 2022. I heard 7 or 10 days ago, last week. I mean, it all rolls into one in this COVID time. I heard that he was going to sign a new contract once the Champions League was over. Other sources say a rolling 1-year contract might be the way he goes. Big fish in a small pond, let the rags have him, Harry. I don't know. I mean, look, I always say if we get him, then I'll back him. You know, if that's what Pep and Cheeky want, honestly, who are we to argue, guys? Honestly, we really don't know that much. Leon Bayern minute prediction. I'm going. Well, I put a little teaser out there saying Leon could win that game. No one believes Leon can win that game. I think Bayern are probably even bigger favourites than City were against Leon, but just never know. What's that, Danny? Pep has unfinished work at City, and I can see him there for another couple of years. Yep. Look, where else can he go? Honestly, where else can Pep go? There's not many. He's not going to go back to Bayern Munich, okay? So that's out. And he's not going to go anywhere else in Germany, okay? He's not going to go back to Barcelona. I mean, Koeman's there, and I don't think he wants to. It's just a mess at Barcelona. So what's left? Juventus. Juventus just got a new manager. So he's not going there this summer. So what's left? PSG. PSG win the Champions League. Are they booting the manager out? You know, it's the first time they've ever got to the Champions League final. Are they going to give the manager the elbow? I can't see it. Even for Pep, I can't see it. So what's left for Pep? Honestly, what is left? Spain manager? Can't see that yet. So you know, where else? And I've said many times, where else is he going to get this sort of setup? A setup where, you know, you get on, you know, your mate, and then not just decent people, they're your mates. So you've got Chiqui Begiristain and Ferran Soriano, who you have known for more than 10, 15, 20 years, whatever. Okay, let's say 20 years. That's a lot. Then you got Khaldoon Al-Mubarak, the chairman, who comes across really well, you know, nice and friendly and everything else. And you got an owner who doesn't get involved. So you got a really stable board, very supportive, all the facilities and infrastructure you could want. Where else are you going to get that? Nowhere. Absolutely, Chris. Leon no mugs. LCFC, an example that makes me think of it is Drinkwater. For us, was always very decent player. Got in the England as soon as he went to a big club, was out of his depth. Absolutely. Bobby, I think we will get one of the top 6 in our first games this season. Just have a feeling. I wouldn't be surprised if we got someone like Wolves. You know, Wolves were campaigning to play. I mean, I think Wolves were right as well. I don't see it. You know, Wolves were right. It could, I mean, it would have meant some big games, but you could have had Wolves, City, United, and Chelsea playing the first couple of games against each other. You know, but I guess they didn't want that because that meant you could have had City playing Wolves and then City playing Chelsea, then United playing Chelsea and then Wolves. I mean, you could have fixed it so that the first 3 games for those clubs were each other. And you could argue that was fair because those 3 clubs had a couple of weeks, some of them about a couple of weeks less recovery and pre-season than the other clubs. And this was a little bit fairer because all those 3 clubs all went down that line. Chris Welsh is normally at one game where big teams face each other on the opening day. United versus Chelsea last season, Arsenal versus City. Oh, come on, Chris. Come on, Chris. You've been cheeky now, aren't you? You've been cheeky, Chris, saying Arsenal versus Man City was 2 big teams. Arsenal, you know, finishing 8th. Blackpool Blu-ray, you're right. To be honest, mate, I'm not excited. Chris Welch, let's have Liverpool City. Rumoured we have Wolves first game again. I think I can't see how that can happen, Boyer. I really can't. How they can have done the draw already and leaked it out a couple of days beforehand. I mean, it's possible. I mean, the thing is, Sky will know in the morning. Sky will know, obviously, before they're released. Hi, Adam. Hope you're well. You're right, Blackpool Blu-ray. And obviously, I said we're going to, other things we're talking about is tonight, is that the fact that they've done some of the consultation about the crowds going back to grounds. A lot of stuff's going on at City about that at the moment, where they're talking about an amnesty, some sort of amnesty for a year, so that you can give your season card to somebody else. They can use your season card and they'll get the points. So there'll be people who don't want to go because of the COVID-19 situation and are still shielding or are very cautious. So there's all that going on, but they're talking about using High Blue Chand. They're talking about using you have to be photo ID. You wouldn't get it to I wanted to beat Wolves so bad. I don't like the fact that they were one of the clubs who signed the letter. I just want us to beat everybody. You've not missed anything, Adam. Really, just to be honest, it's just bits and pieces about Koulibaly. You know, Gabby Jesus' diet. Messi apparently would consider coming to City if Pep wasn't here. I don't know how that story goes. Jack Grealish, which we don't believe. Harry Winks, which we say is not worth it. Bits and pieces like that. Houssam if Lyon get knocked out tonight, you could see in the next week Houssam future decided. Is it Juventus? Is it PSG? Is it Man City? Find out, I think. If Lyon get through, then we'll find out a week after the final. But as far as I can see, once Lyon are out, then very quickly Houssam Aouar's future will be decided. And going back to Koulibaly, we're gonna want to move on because we're just over a month away from not even that. Our season starts about if it's on the Monday night, for instance, that's about the 21st, isn't it? So we're talking 4 or 5 weeks away. The season starts. We don't want to be getting someone in 3 weeks' time and give them no pre-season where there's no training with the boys. It's really important to have the training with the rest of the squad. Usaid Farouk, I started this channel on the 8th of June last year. We started off in a blaze of good videos. I mean, a lot of views for a channel. I remember when we had about 200 or 300 subscribers and we're getting videos in the 1,000+ category. And in fact, in August, within 2.5 months of this starting the channel, I had that Douglas Luiz video, which got almost 8,500 views, which is like absolutely bonkers. You know, for a channel with by that stage 300 or 400, 500 subscribers, that was incredible. But obviously, with COVID and everything else, the viewing figures really dropped off. Because there's no football going on, and it was just all conjecture, and it was all COVID, and people weren't interested so much. A lot of other YouTubers, some of them really struggled. Some of them questioned their future in this industry because they did it just purely as a business to make money, and that's it. That's their for all what people might say that they love their club, that's what they're in it for. So numbers dropped off, and they're just starting to pick up again. We've done some, we've been very, very busy. Usually 2 or 3 videos out daily. When we get the chance. So it's been picking up. I think since the restart, which was about 2 months ago, we've picked up something like that, or 650. I think we're about 1,500 before, so we're about 2,160 now. So yeah, about 650 new subscribers in a couple of months. I don't think that's too bad, especially since we're not at games as well, and a lot of people have become disillusioned. So last couple of questions, last few minutes, guys, and then I think we'll call it a day and let you guys watch the footy. I've got a load of work to do, so I'm going to have the footy on, some of the footy in the background. I've got a load of things to do because we're going to, if you haven't heard, I'm sure I told you, but I'd certainly put it out on Twitter, that we're going to France this weekend, and may not be back for a few months because of many things. Thank you, Blue Chan. Yeah, give us a thumbs up, guys. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing. Well, do more than think about it. Just hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. But we'll be going back to France. Don't know how long. A lot of things are going on, obviously, with the COVID-19 situation, work. And one big issue for us is with the quarantine situation, having to be quarantined if you come back from France to the UK for 2 weeks. That really, it's going to be a long trip, by Adam. It's going to be a long trip. Might not even be back till Christmas. I think I'll come back once or twice before then. Because it's just difficult to spend 4 months in France. But taking the kids, they'll be schooling over there, so we might end up staying there for a few more years. But the fact is, the quarantine is really causing a big problem to us, the quarantine situation and the work situation as well. My work basically dried up totally because of the COVID-19. Couldn't work in schools, couldn't work in theatres, couldn't work in science centres, a big part of my my work. So I still have that in France. I'm getting offers of work in France in November and December. So I might as well be there, make it worthwhile. I might as well get back into work. So you might, once the season starts, you might actually get back. We might be back to just 1 video a day. Obviously, depends on business, depends on schooling, and all sorts of other things are going to get involved. So I'll have a little bit less time to do stuff like this. But guys, please look after yourselves. Have a good evening. If you're going to watch the football, enjoy it. And we'll see you sometime tomorrow. See you around, Blues. Take care.